Alright, man, what do you got for us today?
What's up, guys? It's Poopity Scoop here. I got my zombie cards for you to look at today. So I'm just gonna go through real quick.
How good is zombies currently? How well do you typically do with it? What'd you go like X2 your last tournament?
Yeah, I mean it's all right. A lot of times it locks a lot of players out. Really, the biggest problem is just.
There's no problem.
I mean, really, there kind of isn't a problem. It's either they win or they somehow get overpowered, which is pretty hard to do, in my opinion, because you can just keep summoning monsters.
So I guess we can jump right on into it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. So first,
3 unit zombie.
3 unit.
I guess that's pretty standard for every zombie build, maybe.
Yeah, that's from what I can tell. Yeah. I know a lot of people like to incorporate a lot of Shiranui cards into theirs, but I mean, Shiranui Solitaire is fine by himself, just in a zombie deck. Although there was another one that I thought about putting in.
It's the one that brings him back or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Basically just so I could cycle through. Got 2 Battle Roach. That's the big boy.
That's the ultimate call by the grave target, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
I mean, I had one guy who tried to, but it didn't matter because I had another one in wait.
Oh yeah, so.
Because I mean, once you get one out, it's kind of easy to get the other.
Yeah.
Now,
once you have 2 on the field, you're probably winning at that point.
No, TBH, one of my favorites. Necro World Banshee, got 2 of those. You know, if you haven't noticed, she's a little cutie. She's got a cute effect to go with her.
A little cutie with no booty.
Not one at all. Something even cuter. 2 Glow Up Blooms. And you already know, but that's what brings out 2 of these guys. Oh.
But you don't wanna open it up in your hand though, right?
2 Glow Up Bloom?
Yeah, you just wanna send it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Personally, I like to, if there's a way that I can have like 2 Glow Up Blooms, like 1 in the first hand and then 1 like 3 draws later, that's good for me.
Oh, maybe for like a follow-up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I like to bring out both of them relatively quick. Go into 2 Mizukis, those are standard.
No,
Everyone
Monster
uses
Reborn.
them. Yeah, basically just bring it back. It's my love girl. 2 Gozukis, which in my opinion are a little bit better. Because actually, Gozuki, what you can do is you can send a zombie monster from your deck to graveyard during your main phase. Which, I mean, you know, that's just immediately Glow Up Bloom or Necro World Banshee, get either Zombie World or Battle Roach on the field. And then...
What's that, off the normal summon?
Yeah, I mean, normal summon. But it's just, I mean, during your main phase, whenever. It's not necessarily like limited to just when it's normal summon. And if it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie monster from the graveyard except Gozuki and then special summon this from your hand. So, I mean, you know, a little bit extra, but personally, I think it's a little better than Mizuki.
Yeah, definitely.
You got a Fraulein here, you know, I mean,
sheesh, I've seen that in a lot of games.
Talk about girls with no booties. She's got nothing, but she's got 2,000 defense, so I guess she's got a little something.
A little something.
A little something. And she can beef up stats pretty easy.
Yeah, I've seen you win a lot of games doing that.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to give some life points up, but there goes equivalent exchange all over again, you know. Next up, it goes into the danger cards. Got 2 Nessies. I don't know. I feel like most people kind of know what dangers do in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where you shouldn't necessarily have to.
Wait, so you run you can put you do the whole package?
Whole package or what?
The whole
just
danger
do
package.
all the dangers?
Yeah.
All at once? Yeah. 2 Nessies,
Ooh, that draw power.
2 Mothmen, 2 Snakes, 2 Jackalopes, single Bigfoot, single Triple Copper.
Ooh, that is a lineup right there. How easy is it to go into Abyss Dweller for you? You usually set that up on the first turn?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I know the other day when we were playing, I think I started off with summoning like a Mothman, and then I special summoning Mothman from its effect, and then I just like used Unizombie, and that was easy.
Oh yeah, and they were both, yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy to get out. Honestly, any rank 4 is pretty easy. I mean, you can get pretty much anything you want with Dangers, whether it's a rank 4 or rank 8.
Yeah, oh true, yeah.
'Cause most of the time you're not just gonna have one. Now,
if you just had one, it'd be a rough day.
Now the bane of most people's existence. Got 3 Ash.
Damn, he went with the alternate artwork?
Yeah. All artwork, cause you know me, I like flowers. Felt like it highlighted the flowers pretty well.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Now, I've only got a single terraforming.
Because you can only have one.
Because, you know,
try to sneak 3 in the last tournament.
I was gonna have 5 in there, but for some reason they tackled me. They said that I was breaking the rules, but you know, only rule I have is to win.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
And that brings out the real big boy, one of my 3 zombie worlds.
So how good is that when you actually get it on the field?
I mean, I don't want to say this because I feel like it sounds arrogant, but I feel like a lot of times zombie world is pretty much a win condition.
Sheesh.
I mean, that locks a lot of people out because most cards are like 1 spellcaster. 2 spellcasters to bring out their strongest monster, but all of a sudden everything on the field and the graveyard is a zombie.
Yeah, or even when you locked out that Draco player from tribute summoning, because you can't tribute summon under it either, unless it's a zombie in hand, right? Something like that.
Yeah, actually can't tribute summon except zombie monsters.
Yeah.
It's pretty broken if you ask me. But I mean, hey, it's in my deck, so I don't gotta worry about it. Next up, I got 3 instant fusions. Quite frankly, I kind of thought about replacing at least one of the instant fusions. I think it'd be easy to kind of swap around. I don't have a ton in my extra deck that, you know, super crazy benefits from it, but, you know, it's useful to have because a lot of people like to try to, you know, negate this. Next up, got a single Book of Life.
That Monster Reborn.
Monster Reborn, and you get to remove a card.
Yeah, so that always helps.
So, I mean, most players get real pissed off about that, except for, like, Thunder Dragon.
Yeah.
Next, you already know what it is. Foolish Burial. That right there. Obvi, you can just get rid of that Glow Up Bloom or Necro or Banshee. Go into your favorite monsters. And finally, I have, you know, triple. So, I mean, once you have triple Super Poly, there's a lot that you can do with it. Personally, one of my favorite things to do is take advantage of the zombie world that's most likely already on the field, and steal the opponent's monsters away from it.
Yeah.
And
Are you confident that it won't get hit on the ban list though?
I mean,
I feel like it's a necessary evil at this point though.
I mean, yeah, for all the changes that have been made over the years, I feel like Super Poly people can say it's broken all they want, but compared to some of these other cards I see, I think Super Poly should be able to stay. I mean, if they're going to limit it, I think 2 would be the least that needs to be like in the deck. You know?
So do you just I guess you go second then. You blind second.
Yeah, typically blind second is fine for me. And I'm just gonna leave these right here for you. Can you see it from here?
Yeah, it's so much
for your memory. And go into my extra deck, and that's just because I want you to keep these in mind while I go through. Now start off classic like Karibo. Get rid of your Glow Up Bloom. It's a little cutie right there. Next we have Avenge Red Savior. I mean, what do I say about this card? So many nice things I could say. It's got me out of a lot of jams. You know, there's that time you had, I don't know what it was, and I just threw.
Oh yeah. Well, because what does it do? What does it do exactly? So
it becomes Revenge Red Slayer while on the field.
Well, what's the good effect?
The good effect? Which one do you want?
The one that you smack people with.
Because typically, what you can do, what I do, because I don't have any other Vendread cards, during damage calculation, if this card battles your opponent, you can actually quick effect and send 1 zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard, and the opponent's monster loses attack equal to the level times 200.
Oh.
So, I mean...
So you normally send your Doom King?
Yeah.
And then typically. I guess he's live at that point.
Mm-hmm. At that point, you just bring him back.
That's sick.
So, I mean, a lot of people get 8 off that. Nightmare Phoenix, always good to have in.
Standard.
Any extra. There's a good old Vampire Sucker. And really, I think most people know Vampire Sucker at this point. If you're familiar at all with zombies, you should know what that does. Nightmare Unicorn, pretty standard. Pretty standard. You can't really go wrong with that.
It shuffles on the back or something.
Yeah. Finally, there's Curious. If you're familiar with Light Sworn cards, they go really well with zombies because they typically just kind of send to the graveyard.
Yeah, that card's pretty busted. Can you believe it's only like $1?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, whenever I first heard about the card, I looked it up and it was nothing at all.
Yeah. I think it's actually like risen to $1. It was like it since.
Well, you know, there are a lot of cards like that. My favorite extra deck card was like 17 cents.
Yeah.
Next up, I got my Beals. That boy's pretty good. Take any kind of damage, and it just gains that damage and attack. Can't be destroyed by card effects or monsters. Apparently, a lot of people just don't even realize, don't even know about this card, which I feel like at that point you need to just, once this hits the field, a lot of times you just have to, take a bow. GG. It's kind of over. I played someone who liked to do burn damage. I was like, you're just making me stronger.
Oh, the Trickstar dude?
Yeah.
Trickstar in 2019. Who would have thought?
Next, pretty obvi coming up was actually Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. That's for any zombie deck really. If you're gonna have something in your extra for a zombie deck, it needs to be this.
Because he just gets beefier, right?
Yeah, it just gets beefier each card. And if you pair it with the Red Eye Zombie Dragon, well, for goodness sakes. Next, Abyss Dweller. We've talked about that.
Oh, that's like an auto win.
Pretty easy to get out on the field in this deck, at least in my opinion. I've heard some people say otherwise.
Interesting enough, you never go up against an Orcus player at all.
That's true. I don't think I've played one.
Yeah.
I literally don't think I've ever played one.
That's insanely lucky.
I'm just gonna shuffle around the order of these real quick. Next up, We got Thousand Eyes Restrict. You know, guys, we're taking it back to like 2005.
Short versions.
That boy hit the field back in like Duelist Kingdom. Shout out to my boy Pegasus. Next up, we already got we got a Mud Dragon.
Super Raleigh target.
You know, I mean, I'm fine with it. I really don't use it as much as I probably should. But that's because I got a lot of cards that I like a lot. Next up, to Starving.
Super Poly target.
Yeah, Super Poly, easy. Easy, that's light work right there. And finally, two of my favorites, which is the one actually that was just a couple of cents. Like I looked at this and it was either 17 or like 34 cents, but it's actually the double Nether Soul Dragon right there. And I found out no one knows anything about these. Apparently, just like no one uses these. I think that one guy that we talked to did. The one other zombie guy I knew had this, but I think a lot of people get kind of turned off because it's a dragon card, but it's in a zombie deck. But you need 2 zombie cards.
So you go for this if Zombie World is alive.
Yeah.
And then you go for Starving.
Yeah, I mean
if it's not live.
When
is it not live though?
When is this not live?
Yeah, you always have Zombie World live though.
Yeah, there's not a point in time where this is off. And since I have 3 of these, it's typically very close to my hand. So, I mean, there have been plenty of games where I have, you know, Super Poly and Zombie World, and it doesn't matter if the rest of the hand is terrible. All I have to do is Zombie World, face down. They start their turn. I just wait till they bring out whatever they want, whatever big-ass monster they want, and just Super Poly, take their monsters.
Usually you have something good to discard too.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, by the time you get Nether Soul Dragon out, the game might as well have just ended right there. Because, I mean, once it goes into damage calculation, monsters can't be destroyed with it, but after damage calculation, the monster at battles drops to 0, and then I special summon a target. I special summon a token with the same original attack and defense as that monster. So I mean, if you had a Thunder Dragon on the field, it's dropping to 0, and then I'm getting a 28 monster, and you're getting hit with 28.
Yeah, that's sick. Is there anything you would change, or do you think the ban list will hit anything?
Ban list will hit anything in my deck. I really don't see why. I don't see why.
So is this gonna be your regional deck list?
Probably. If I were to change anything,
or are you gonna have some new heat in a couple days?
I think I might have something new. There's not a lot that I would change, but there are a couple of things I'm not entirely happy with. Like I said, I think dropping like at least 1 instant fusion would be okay. But other than that, unless something like absolutely insane comes out of like a pack or something, I don't think I'll necessarily need to change anything. Because most people don't really know how to react to this deck.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you get a couple monsters, you get 4 or 5 monsters out onto the field. Unless you got a Nibiru, you're just going to be kind of flustered. I know the other day, my brother and I were playing, and I think I had Zombie World, and I got, was it 5? 5 cards on the field?
Oh, yeah.
It was like 3 dangers and 2 zombies, and he had to scoop. He didn't know what else to do. That's why they call me Poop Diddy Scoop.
So is there anything else you want to say before we head out?
Fuck Nibiru. I mean, shout out to my homie Dog. And keep your super polys on deck.